Can you explain your reasoning behind leaving Carl Amon out of the side?
Yeah, it's a form situation, and Carl will be the first to admit that he hasn't been in his best form. He's really, really important part of our side. We need him in really good form, and we're just trying to help and support him getting back to some good form. That's why we make these decisions.
Is he the only one that would be in bad form? And
no, that would be unfair to Carl, wouldn't it? I mean, but we're clearly not all playing great football collectively, so there's some decisions you can and can't make, and we took the opportunity this week to give Carl an opportunity to get some better form.
Made easier by Farrell's form, or?
Yeah, well, made easier that you've got Ollie and Kane Farrell available to come in. Easy is not probably the right word, is it? It allows you to bring in and make some changes that helps other people find their form. Sometimes you have to do these things to get some movement, and we feel like that, Carl works really hard. He's an incredible hard trainer, incredibly hard player when it comes to doing everything he possibly can. He's just not had he's had an unbelievable 2 or 3 years in a row.
Do you need to see a block of form in the Sanford from him?
No.
So
No, I think
we
we just need to see Carl at his best, and that's an opportunity whenever that presents next for him. We look forward to seeing that.
So what do you say of those players?
What's he not doing at AFL level that you'd like to see him do more of?
His game is a rounded game. It's a very, very much help in defence, attacking player who can support us around the contest. So there's lots to his game. It's not as simple as stand here and go, he's not doing A. His game as a whole and a package, and I don't like to separate the game. I think the game as a whole is not where he would like it to be, and we need it to be.
So how are you dealing with those players who some consider lucky to still be on the side because of their form not being up to the standard that is expected?
Oh no, we always support our players through whether that be individual form or team form. And at the moment, let's not try and isolate players. Let's collectively look at the team. The team's not in good form. That's the best way to help every one of your players. And if the team can work together better and we can get a result that we need, that will give every player that opportunity to be in better form.
We see the midfields getting some treatment out here today. What's Brett doing with them?
It's quite a normal walkthrough structure set up for him, so he's just working through his structures for tomorrow's game, to be honest. So hopefully I haven't got too much camera shots of that, and they're all in plain clothes, so that makes it a bit harder to see what's going on.
But did the first half against Carlton give you some alarm bells about how your midfield is setting up and how easily Carlton got it away?
I'll be honest, the first half against Carlton gave me alarm bells about lots of our football game, and we sit there and reflect on that, and we go, well, that's just so far off what we're capable of, and I don't know whether I use the word fortunate, but we showed in the second half what we're more capable of, and we have standards that we expect.
The captain said you will win. Is he right?
Yes, yeah. I loved that Tom was nice and aggressive in his approach to this week and this round, and that he expects us to win, and we all expect us to win.
He's a bit sore though. Does he have to tick any more boxes?
No, Tom's fine. He's a pretty tough bugger, so he gets out there and plays. You've seen last week in the game, he was a bit hobbled at the end of the game, but he's fine.
What about Zach Butters? He's not had an easy week, has he?
Sorry?
Zach Butters.
What about him?
Being ill this week?
Yeah, he was. Well, early in the week he was. Yeah, so we expect Zach will play.
So he's okay.
Yep, I think he'll be one of them people out there.
Yeah, he's out there. Yeah.
I thought I'd better check myself, Rich, in case he wasn't out there.
Did Ollie have to do anything special to get through in fitness tests, or is he
special? He had to get medical clearance. That was the crucial part, and we were never going to take a risk. Ollie, you've heard Ollie speak, I think, publicly, and you knew the risk that was involved for him and how he felt about that. So we were never going to take any unnecessary risks, particularly with a player and their heart. So we were always mindful that he had to be right. He was ticked off medically by more than one person, and that was really important for us.
Is there anything extra he will have to be monitored for on the weekend? Or
he'll be aware. Like our medical team would be certainly aware that because with what happened with Ollie, it wouldn't be unusual to say it could happen again. So we hope that never happens again. But it's not something that we can stand here and categorically say couldn't happen again. So because he's had one episode, we're probably on high alert with all that.
And there's great synergy between you and Ollie. It's been well documented during the week. He, again, like most players, publicly backed that you're the man to lead the charge. Obviously, it wouldn't come as a surprise that the players support you, but when someone like Ollie publicly says, Ken's our man, how do you feel about that? How do you react to that?
I've worked really hard with this group of players, and they've worked really hard with me to have a connection that's strong, and our belief is true, and we certainly believe in each other. Yeah, we're going through a tough part. There's no doubt about that, but as I've said regularly over this little period, that we've all been through difficult times in football. The only way you get through them is you build on your connection and you stick together.
Do you still get maybe goosebumps or anything when you hear players rally around you, or is it just part of the job?
No, it's, I respect my players that much that it doesn't surprise me.
Jen, some would say that if West Coast beaten you 5 times out of 5 here, that they might be the home team. How do you change that?
Yeah, that's the number. It's the number that we deal with. We all got we've got a lot of numbers we're trying to correct at the moment, and we can only start in one spot, and that's tomorrow night's game, and play at a level that gives us the best chance to win against a team that had their own challenges all through this year.
Would there be consequences, Ken, if you didn't get the win against West Coast in terms of your future?
No, it's a hypothetical. It's not one that I think I should be trying to even answer. It's like I've got a job to do today and a job to do tomorrow, and I'll stay focused on that, and I don't worry about what comes next, because that's a trap.
How far off do you feel you are, Ken? Do you feel like you're getting closer, like you're just slowly, like the second half? Do you feel like you're on the cusp, do you feel?
Yeah, I think we're getting closer. We've been getting some people back into the team. We've been building the team a bit more. We've seen people come back last week, and we know they'll be better for this week's run. At the end of the day, we can only answer those things with a result, and we just got to keep working to get that result. And saying that we're closer or not closer, the reality is we are where we are, and we just need to deal with what we're dealing with today, and that is to prepare really well to make sure we can get our win.
How does the coach that's been in the system 10 years handle now a bit of external pressure? Does it bother you at all?
No, I'm okay. I'm a realist. I understand the situation. I understand what football does. I've said this not like 2 weeks ago, I think. I'm very much aware of what football's like.
You're privileged to have the Anzac round game at home. How
Yep.
do you build that into your pre-game, or what do you do?
We always respect and honour the day. It's just a remarkable. It's a weekend for us, obviously, and Monday being the Anzac Day. So we're really honoured as a football club that for the 18th or 19th time in a row we get to have Anzac. The only time we haven't had in the last 20 years, basically, is in a COVID year where we weren't here. So we protect that, and we want to honour that, and we want to do it proud. And we've got great history as a football club, as every club does, with soldiers who have been a part of their football clubs. We just want to make sure we represent the whole Anzac tradition the way we should.
You opted to bring anyone in like Collingwood has with Malthouse to talk about the Anzac tradition?
No, we have enough internal club history that we can reflect on and talk about regularly, and things like our jumper that we'll see in tomorrow, and little things that come with that. We acknowledge Anzac Day really well.
Naturally, Ken, with the position that you're in, there'd be frustrations within the playing group. But how do you keep the morale up, particularly with the younger guys in this situation?
We do a lot of work over a long period of time to at times cater for moments when it becomes difficult, because life's not easy. Footy's not easy sometimes. You just got to understand that, and you've got to be prepared to keep working. The only way you keep working is you stick together. So that helps morale on its own. So there's a belief in the group that that we can turn this around quickly and get things going.
Have you used any circuit breakers doing things that you might normally do, like whether it's get outside of the club and get going?
We do it all the time. It's as silly as it sounds. We're doing that stuff regularly. We do that in our space all the time with get-togethers and catch-ups that are not just football related. And look, you do rely on them, and you need them at particular times when you're under stress.
So the dog's going?
Yeah, we'll need them to get going too. So they're not doing much good either. So
when they lose, you win. That's how it normally works.
Yeah, well, they haven't been winning, so let's get them back and get that rally going for us to win.
Did the players do the feedback review session earlier in the week?
No, they always do. They always do.
So did they work out what it was between the first and second halves?
Yeah. Well, work out. There's a thing to see and there's a thing to understand, but then you've got to do. So we're at that stage of the week now. We're talking about the do, and we need to make sure we're really into the do mode from today forward, and we get going.
So they've got a clear understanding what the difference is between their best and their worst.
Unfortunately, in a game like that, they were so close together. It was hard not to see it, wasn't it? You've seen what we were capable of, but you also seen what we delivered in the first half. So
now it's about executing what they have to do.
100%. We can't do any more than our next opportunity.
Can you guys ask me just about that long ground, the walk through? Do you ever go and attend those sort of things, or is that just purely left to Monty, or do you get involved with that?
Yeah, we're always in the planning of it, but the playing group, this is their basically what happens, they have a pre-game captain's run meeting, and sometimes I'll do it actively and sometimes I'll do it in the room. And yes, we're always involved with the conversations around what they look like, so I know exactly what's going on.
Can you share anything that they might have been talking about?
Other than get the ball and kick it to us and get it into our forward line as quick as we can, that would be a good starting point, and give ourselves an opportunity to score and play the game we like.
Any clarity on the Medi sub, or are you holding that one?
No, I'll hang on to that one. I'll hang on to that one today, and normally I'm very, very much open, but we just make sure we get through what we've got to get through this morning. Tom's all right though.
What about Kane? Just a word on Kane. Great recovery from him. It's been a year out, obviously, and you've missed him. Just your thoughts on his comeback?
Yeah, it's a significant effort by Faz to get back. I mean, it's only 9.5 months, and he's played 2 games in the sample, and he's got back into the AFL team. We rate him highly, clearly. That's why we've got him back in the team. And we're really disappointed when he went down, because we thought he was just about to really break through as an AFL player. And he's got some real top-end talent that we like, and he's a fantastic person. Place, you talk about keeping the mood up. When you tell the players that Kane Farrell's having his first game after 9.5 months, that brings some energy back to the place too. So he's such a well-liked player.
When did you do that?
Yes, sir.
And was it?
Yeah, it was a special moment, as it always is. The good moments in footy are still there, even though we're not getting the results we want. We still enjoy those moments.
Can I just quickly ask about West Coast? Do you have any empathy for what they've been going through as a footy club?
Yeah, well, there's some challenges that you get that are outside your control, and right now Adam and his team are dealing with some things that are outside their control. But we've all had to deal with them at some point. Every club's still having the COVID problems that we're having throughout this season, and every club, you look through the selections this week and you just see COVID protocols and you think people are unavailable. It's a real challenge, but obviously West Coast have had more of those challenges.
Are your players capable of holding their emotions with this dissent rule at the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're clear. They're clear. I mean, let's not be confused. The rule's intent is good. It's there to make sure we respect umpires, and players are learning to get better at it. And I get that it's an emotional game and it can become frustrating at times, but they are clear on what they need to do. Thank you.